Good evening, everyone. Welcome to my channel. Tonight I'm going to be doing the Terminator issue 1780. And one of my co-hosts is...
Me. So yeah, good evening everybody. I'm glad to be back on live. So I've just had a little bit of a break. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this one tonight.
One or two?
One.
Hello, everyone. So, yeah, hello. I've got a very rare Tuesday night off, so I thought I'd pop in and say hello.
And final one is Goya Dave.
Evening, everyone, and welcome back, Mark. I think we'll have a good build tonight, so everybody can enjoy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Give me all.
Yeah. So put everybody straight. I had a couple of personal problems that I had to deal with, so I took a break over the weekend, and I'm just sort of slowly easing my way back into it. Now, I haven't built anything this week because I'm just, like I said, I'm getting myself back into it and stuff. So, but it is good to be back.
Good to have you back.
Thank
you.
Yep. So, right. So we're doing 79 and 80.
Yes.
Better put my glasses on so I can read the instructions.
Do you want me to just catch up with the chat before we start?
Yes,
see
please.
Who we got around? So we have got Dano Bill says, hello, everyone. I love your little avatar, but I'm a Doctor Who fan anyway. We have P40F20. Hello, everyone. And then Yorkshire Crafter. Hello, everyone. Without the exclamation marks.
Oh, dear.
Right. I need to change camera angle. Come on. Ooh. Yeah. Just organising that for the moment. And plus I need a bit more lighting. Right. So, right. Image.
Okay, so issue 79 is parts for left, second, middle finger, and arm.
Yep.
So, when you're ready for a parts check, Adrian? Okay, so 79-1 is second finger tip.
Yes. Where's it gone?
It should be in a bag. I got it out.
I already taken it out of the bag already.
Yeah. Okay. 79-2 is second finger part.
Yes.
Okay. 79-3 is second finger part.
Yep.
Yep. 79-4 is second finger part.
There it is.
Very nice. 79-5 is second finger part.
Yep.
Okay. 796 is finger joint connection pin.
Yes, I
Yeah.
put those away in a pot somewhere.
Okay. So 797 is the finger joint connector.
Yeah, I put those away.
Yeah. I'll run through these quickly then. 79-8 is plastic sleeve for finger joint. 79-9 is left arm joint.
Yeah.
79.
And that's metal.
Oh, yeah, I remember that being metal. 79-10 is left arm joint.
Yep, that's that one.
Yeah. 79-11 is metal washer for arm joint.
Yep, that's one of those items in there.
Yeah. 79-12 is joint center part ×2.
Yep, well, there's one of them.
Yeah. 79-13 is socket liner.
Yes, that's the other item in that bag there.
Yep. 79-14 is 2 PM 3 times 10mm screws, 1 spare.
Yep.
And 79-15 is 2 PM 2 times 10mm screws, 1 spare.
Yes.
Okay. It also says you will also need gel type super glue and a cocktail stick, tweezers optional, fine crosshead screwdriver, finished parts for left hand from issue 78, and Allen key supplied with an earlier issue.
Yes.
Okay. So step 1 is lay out the finger parts 79-5, 79-4, 79-3, 79-2, and 79-1 in the order they will be assembled as shown.
Yes, I've roughly got them in that order.
Right.
The back to front.
Yeah.
I can quickly do that. Change it around. Like so.
Okay.
And there's my fingertip.
Yeah. Okay. So step 2, fit a sleeve 79-8 over the finger joint connection 79-7, then fit the connector through the hole in one in the part 79-4 and the hole in the finger component 79-5. Note the orientation of part 79-5 and ensure that, I think that's pins, red arrows, are positioned as shown. Apply a little super glue to a connector pin 79-6, inset and fix in place as indicated. But we're not going to do that.
Yes, I'm using the modification version.
Yeah. So I'll read out step 3 anyway while Adrian's doing this. So take the next finger part 79-3 and position it as shown with one hole aligned with the 3 hole in part 79-4. Fit a plastic sleeve 79-8 over the end of the connector 79-7. Fit the connector down through the 3 hole in part 79-4 and one of the holes in 79-3. Apply a little super glue to connector pin and fix the joint together.
Right, as Mark's talking, I just fix the first finger joint. Now I'm just quickly going to do the other finger joint.
Okay, so step 4, take the next finger part 79-2 and position it as shown with the hole aligned with the 3 hole in part 79-3. Fit a plastic sleeve 79-8 over the end of connector 79-7. Fit the connector up through the hole in part 79-2 and the 3 hole in part 79-3. Apply a little super glue to connect pin 79-6 and fix the joint together.
Oh, I've actually worked backwards. Oh, pop. I'll tell you one thing. The way they've done it now, you don't make a mistake on using the incorrect pin in the wrong place.
Yeah.
As beforehand, you used to write, okay, assemble the finger, then connect to the hand. The pin for the hand, palm bit piece, would have been a slightly longer one. Now they sort of like spit it up. People cannot make a mistake on originally of.
Yeah.
I think they should have done that in the first place, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay, so that moves us now on to step 5.
So I'm just putting.
Yeah, that's fine.
Wait.
Okay, so step 5, use a cocktail stick to apply a little super glue to the peg on part 79-2, fit part 79-1 onto the peg and allow the glue to dry.
Right, depends what sort of glue you use. I'm going to just squeeze a little bit on the tip there.
Yeah.
And pop that on.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay, so that moves us on to step 6, which is take the elbow joint assembly from issue 78, fit the metal sleeve 79-13 into the hole in the assembly as indicated.
Right. Can you actually jump to stage 7?
Yep.
Then we'll go back to stage 6.
Okay. So stage 7 is remove the bar 73-4 from the upper arm assembly from issue 78. Note the difference in the size of the holes in the flanges at the end of part 73-4. One is recessed and the other is much smaller in set ×2.
Okay. You'll know why I'm doing step 7 before I do step 6, because step 6 is a lot easier to line up step 8.
Yeah.
It's on the other arm, actually, you're like, okay, let's put this in there. Use a bit of tape or hold it there while you're doing another step.
Yeah.
Right. Now I'm going to move on to step 6. Right, put that little washer in there. So can you read out step 8?
Step 8. Fit the flanges in part 73-4 over the hole in the elbow joint assembly, ensuring that the metal sheath is still in place. Fix in place with a PM 2x10mm screw. Note that the head of the screw fits into the recess in part 73-4. Also note which way round the arm is attached.
That's that way up. Marge the hole up.
Is that me?
It wasn't me.
Okay.
Possibly mine. New slash come through.
Well, it wasn't mine.
Probably mine. Got my iPad next to it, so
Oh, okay.
let's put the instructions on for next.
Any chat, Penny?
Yeah. Chris Davis has joined us. He says, hi all, I got some replacement issues sorted today for the Root Master, so hopefully can sort it. We're all with you on that one, Chris, because we love seeing your builds.
Yeah.
Chris Campbelling has joined us, says, hi Eve. I don't know who Eve is, but hello anyway. And then he says everyone. So he must have meant hi everyone. I thought for a minute that's quite selective, isn't it? Just saying hello to someone we don't know rather than. I really like your technique there, Adrian.
What, use a cocktail stick trying to sandwich together?
Yeah, I mean, the trick is, you know, there's no shame in using anything that works. And if it's just a cheap old bit of cocktail stick, then so be it.
Oh yeah, I just want to try and locate half it. So, you know, you try and see where it is, but when you put a screw in, then you're not seeing that hole. So I thought you use a cocktail stick near the hole. It's narrowed it down a bit, so at least you can still move it slightly.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting. I had a conversation with someone in the model shop today, and there was a new guy came in, and we were talking about different techniques, and there was one technique that was mentioned, and he said, isn't that cheating? And the guy behind the counter says, well, if it produces a good result, is it? And he went, no, I suppose not.
Yeah. Okay, are you ready for step 9, Adrian?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so step 9, take the 2-joint centre part 79-12, apply a little super glue to the 4 pegs on one of the plastic washers and fit in place on the elbow joint as indicated, so that the 4 pegs fit into the sockets. I'll tell you one thing though, cocktail sticks are a modeller's best friend.
Oh, God.
And then if you're doing a buffet, you know where you've got cocktail sticks. So if you want to do some, you know, cheese and pineapple, hedgehog, or, you know, sausage, cocktail sausage.
Can't beat the old hedgehog, can you?
No. So you know where all the cocktail
sticks are.
sticks
The new
are.
ones and the old ones.
Yeah.
Well, I got bargain of the century today. Well, I think so. I bought 400 cotton buds for £1.
Yeah, well, you want to get them in because they're going to scrap making them.
No, these are specially environmentally friendly ones. They're made of the stems are made of paper.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to get rid of the plastic stem ones.
No, we've already done that. We got rid of ours.
Oh, yes? Oh, well. Yeah. I just heard it on the news the other day. And plastic coffee stirrers are going to get.
Yeah.
So step 10, Adrian, apply a little super glue to the pegs on the 2nd joint centre part, 79-12, and fix it to the other side of the elbow joint.
That's what I thought you might say. That's why I switched.
I argue, you know the Quorn chicken nuggets advert saying it's more sustainable.
Right.
How can it be more sustainable if it comes in a plastic bag?
Yeah, fair comment, yeah.
Now, if it came in a box, yeah, fine. Like fish fingers do, but not in a plastic bag.
My mind as well. Right, okay, we glued these in. Guess what we're doing to these two?
Yeah, putting them in.
Yes, I mean, if it's an item we can just put in and it's being held in already, so what's the point of gluing it in?
Yeah. Okay, so moving on to step 11. Take the upper arm assembly and fit the elbow joint between the circular points, part 75-1 and 76-1 at the lower end of the upper arm. At the same time, fit the two shafts into the muscle cylinders on the upper arm. Note that the long shaft fits into the large muscle. You know, I'm sure we're building this differently than we did to the right arm.
Yes. Oh, yes, we are.
Right. Okay.
Because remember, we had something held here to actually twist it more.
Yeah. So step 12, take the arm joint 79-9 and fit it into the centre of the elbow joint through all the parts. The flattened edges of part 79-9 should align with the corresponding shapes in the recess in part 76-1.
Right. Yes. Right, step 13.
Okay, step 13. Turn the upper arm assembly over, holding part 79-9 in place. Take the PM 3x10mm hex screw and fit the washer 7911 onto it. Then fit it through the centre of the recess in part 75-1. Screw it in place using an Allen key. Do not over tighten. The lower part of the elbow joint should be able to turn.
Basically, if you tighten it too much, basically you can always, when you got the lower arm onto it, then you can tune it a bit more, better.
Yeah.
Oh, that will still be moved. I'm happy with that.
Okay, so step 14. Apply a little super glue to the pins on the inside of part 79-10. Fit in place on the elbow joint so that the pins are located in the corresponding holes.
Put some glue on the tips and right.
Okay.
Yes.
And that is stage complete. The left upper arm has been assembled together with the middle finger of the left hand.
Oh, get the right part. There we go.
Okay, and then coming in the next issue, we continue assembling the left forearm and hand, and I'll hand you over to Geordie Dave for that one.
Right, thank you, Mark. Are you ready? 81, left forearm shaft.
Yes.
82, left forearm joint.
Yes.
83, left forearm plate.
Yep.
84, left forearm muscle springs.
Yes.
85, 2 KB 2x4mm screws, 1 spare.
Yes, there was 2.
86, 2 PM, 3 by 12 meter screws, 1 spare.
Yes, there's 2 of them.
Right. 87, finger joint connector.
Yep, that's in there.
88, finger joint pin.
Yes,
And
and
80,
the finger sleeve.
plastic sleeve finger joint. You'll also need gel tape super glue and a cocktail stick. Tweezers optional. Plain crosshead screwdriver. Finished parts for the left hand for the issue 78. Second finger from issue 79.
Yes.
Are you ready for step 1?
Right. Okay, read out step 1.
Right, take the forearm plate 83, I should say, and 4 through 84. Identify the 4 grooves in the plate where the springs will be fixed.
Yes, this is a funny time basically to do this.
Step 2, apply little super glue to the first groove in port 83 and stick end of one of the strings in place with all 4 in place until the glue has dried.
Right, just put first one in.
Step 3 is continue applying super glue and fixing the strings in place until all 4 are fixed.
Right, I've just done the second one. Can move on to do the fourth one. Right, what was step 3? Because I read out step 2.
Step 3 was continue. You've done it. Step 3, continue applying super glue and fixing the springs in place until 4 are all fixed.
Yeah, I know, I've done them all, but my hands were busy. I couldn't actually slip on to the next step. That's all. Right, okay, step 4.
Right, take the forearm shaft 81, fit the plate 83 to the base of the shaft so that the ends of the 4 springs are enclosed and the screw holes are aligned.
Okie doke. Right, that's on up there.
And step 5, fix the parts together using a KB2 times 4mm screw.
Right, that's nicely done.
Right, step 6 shows the shaft and springs assembled. Right.
Yep.
Step 7, Take the base of the form 82, identify the notch on the rim, which should align with the notch on part 81 arrow.
And plus there's a pin as well you've got to line up.
Camera's gone a bit blurry.
Thought I was drunk.
To me, it looks clear on my screen. Can anyone else confirm that or not?
You've cleaned up a little bit, but it's still a little bit off. I think it's just where all the bandwidth is running backwards and forwards.
Step 8, identify the hole in the joint 82, which will align with a screw hole on the end of the shaft 81. A small pin on part 82 locates in a recess at the end of the notch in 81. Step 9, use a PM3 12-meter screw to fix the parts together.
Right. To work all this out perfectly, right, okay. Put the screw in the screwdriver, which is the hole. It's that one there. Come and get in there. Find that hole. And step 9 is?
You doing step 9?
Right, okay.
Use this PM3 12mm screw to fix the parts together.
Right, yes, that's done.
Okay, step 10. Take the hand assembly from issue 78 and identify the fixing points for the second middle finger from issue 79.
And this way I'm doing the modification, and
Since you're doing the mod, shall I just read the other ones out?
yes, you can do.
Right. Check the fit of the second finger of the left hand. Fit the plastic sleeve 89 over the connector 87, and fit through the hole in the frame of the left hand, and the hole in port 79.5 at the end of the finger. And step 12. Turn the hand assembly over, apply a little silver glue to the connector, paint it in 8 and fix the joints together as shown. Obviously, Adrian is doing a different mode.
If you were doing this week by week, I mean, why didn't they say put their finger on in the last issue when you made the finger? So what you got to do is you got to go store it away for another week and then put it on. It makes no sense.
It's, you find less, they've done it this way, less confusion, because you find some may feel mad because this pin is longer compared to the rest of the pins. And if someone then ends up putting the wrong pin in the wrong place, the hand doesn't work properly.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Right, and that hand's done.
And that stage complete, we have started work with another four and fitted another finger to the left hand.
Yeah.
In the next week's issue, continue with assembly in the forearm and left hand of the T-800.
Yes.
And that's that.
Yep, and that's the final image.
Wonderbar.
Change camera over.
Hey.
That's not too bad. That was pretty simple, basically.
Now, you guys are ahead of me, but I think it is actually quite simple. But like most of the builds, it's take your time, have a look at the instructions, and just enjoy it and take your time. Am I right there?
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, the simplicity of this Terminator is, it's a good one to get started on.
If you look at it backwards, it looks extremely complicated. But like most things, if you break it down into small pieces, a finger, a wrist, an arm, yeah, it's not so complex.
No. So what's your Terminator looking like, Penny?
God. Funny you should say that. No, I'll just move his finger because I've had him in an amusing pose, but I don't think I should ruin Adrian's stream with my amusing pose. Yeah, this is my Terminator up to issue 40. I think I'm up to issue 40. It is coming out at a rate of about 3 issues a week, so it will all catch up eventually. I still am playing catch up. Sorry. Yeah. No, I'm sorry. I tell a lie. I'm up to 50. So for the next couple of weeks, this will all be catching up. But yeah, I'm loving him. He's a nice build. And yeah, it's something fun to do. I mean, it is quite a quick build. That's I won't use the word disappointing because I'm not disappointed with it, but sometimes you might have a day free and you want to get stuck into your part works, and you can build 10 issues in a couple of hours.
Yeah,
without rushing.
Yeah, I found that with the Terminator.
Yeah, whereas I've got a couple of other part works where I'm really having to sit and think. In fact, I've done one today. It's an episode of the Jaguar, and because I film it to go onto YouTube, and I filmed it doing it, and it was spokes on the wheels. There's only 2 sets of spokes. Got 2.5 hours worth of footage. Now that is what I call a value for money issue. But the thing is, I've got the whole between 3 issues. It's probably about 3 to 4 hours to complete, and I've got that again another 3 times. So yeah, it's when you compare one to another, but where Terminator, I think it suffers from the same issue that the Harley suffered, which is you're getting a lot of part for your money. So you might get something like you might get 20-30 plastic pieces in another build, and that has the same value as 2 big chunks of metal. But unfortunately, to put 2 pieces of metal together might only require 2 screws. Bang, done. Whereas if you've got lots and lots of small intricate plastic pieces, that's going to be an awful lot of work to do, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, which is like, with a Jaguar wheel, there is one of the spokes, and it's 24 of those.
Right. Question for you, Penny. When you did your hand, did you have to remember put the pin what was on the knuckle to the palm with a slightly longer pin compared to the other pins?
Right, okay, so that was 4 or 5 months ago, but I seem to remember because my Terminator was coming through Agora, and they'd started much behind Hachette. It actually came with replacement finger parts, so I've still got the original pieces, but I just literally followed the instructions and said, take this piece, bang, and in it goes. So the honest answer is I can't remember. But my fingers seem absolutely fine. I'm happy with them. I seem to remember the first finger was the little finger. And he's absolutely fine. The hardest thing I found about the fingers was go really steady on the glue, because you want to put glue on the pin so that you can still got the movement. If you put too much glue in, you're going to glue it, so it's going to be stuck in a position. So the fact that I've got movement.
Yes, that's a good point there.
Yeah,
I'd
that was
say
for
that as
me.
well.
That was the hardest bit about the glue. But really, that was just a case of I didn't use the bottle of glue direct. I squirted a little bit onto a bit of waste packaging, and I applied it with a cocktail stick. And I think actually, the first time I applied glue, I didn't quite apply enough, and it didn't stick the pin. But I'd rather not apply enough glue and then have to do it again than to apply, because you can imagine like trying to shoot a gun like this. It would look a little bit, it would lose an awful lot of the effect, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
You might as well give him a teacup. That would be more appropriate.
Yes. Right. Thank you for coming to me tonight, guys.
You're welcome.
No problems. You are very anytime. Well, I say anytime. Anytime I'm not working.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, Penny, tonight.
No problem. I was begging to come on, wasn't I? I was typing away. Oh, please, can I come on the show? No, I wasn't really.
No, well, you thought it was yesterday or Tuesday, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. Well, the thing is, I had a break, a lunch break at 8 o'clock for an hour. And I thought, I can sit down and watch a YouTube video. So I'm like, yeah. And then I said to Adrian, are you streaming? He went, no. And then I realized it was Monday, not Tuesday. But then there was still nothing coming on. So then I realized it should be Chris Campling on a Monday. So I'm messaging Chris Campling and I'm like, have you got any issues coming through? And he went, no, my issues haven't arrived. And I'm like, I've actually got a break at 8 o'clock and there's nothing to watch. But that's the
you
way.
could have watched one of your own channels.
Yeah, no, I just watched a few little researchy videos. I've been doing an awful lot. I've been beginning to do weathering, not on the Terminator. Although once you get into weathering or little modifications on one thing, you then get to the point of, well, that came out really well. What else can I weather? And I've got my eye on the Terminator, and I've said right from day one, I'm not going to touch him. But now I'm like, I've got some inks and washers and some paints, and I've got my airbrush, and I've got all my cotton buds, and there is the Terminator sitting there, and I'm resisting the temptation to go for it.
Yeah, that's one thing. Like other people, like where there's parts. My opinion, yes. Whether at the ends and it depends how much detail you go into grooves.
Yeah, I'm really happy with him at the moment. I don't think don't get me wrong, I'm not bad mouthing anyone who's modified theirs. It's your model, you do what you like. But I'm really happy with mine, and I don't think I need to take him any further.
Well, yes, if someone wants to paint theirs bright, let's say bright purple or bright pink, it's their choice.
Oh, you've just given me an idea. Purple. What? Thanks, Adrian. What's this
Oh, bright green.
No.
Or bright orange.
Well, I just happen to quite like purple, you see. So, someone found that one funny.
It was Julie.
It was Julie, was it? Oh, yeah. Julie knows how much I like purple. Hello, Julie.
Yep.
So, yeah. Oh, actually, there was a 10-second delay, wasn't it? So she was probably laughing at the thought of a purple Terminator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could do like a purple metallic.
Yeah, we see you're giving me bad idea. You're being a bad influence on me. Can you imagine the amount of hate mail I would receive if I painted my Terminator purple?
Hey, people painted the R2D2 the blue a different colour, like a pink.
Yeah, but that's
and
realistic. Right? In the Star Wars universe, you had these RD units that were various different colours. But they weren't all R2. If you paint R2D2 a different color, he becomes R4D7 or whatever. And when you look at the whole universe, what's to say there isn't a sky blue, pink, and yellow version of him?
Yeah.
So that's not unrealistic.
But how do we know in the future there isn't a purple metallic Terminator?
Because there would be at one clip at least somewhere about this Terminator unit, T8, whatever its unit, coming back from the future. And usually things like robots, the colors signify something. So if he's a basics, this is only theory. I mean, it could have existed. Maybe the purple Terminator was the one that sat in the control room telling the Terminators what to do. But I see your point, but it's this prove it happened, prove it didn't happen kind of argument, isn't it?
Yeah.
But listen, I've seen people complain about other part works because this bit is a millimeter too small or this one isn't curvy enough. So I don't want to paint mine purple. I'm quite safe here at the moment, and I want it to keep that way.
Okay.
Want to catch the chat up before we go?
Yeah, so it's all from P40F20. And thank you, actually, on a personal note. P40F20 has been giving me loads of advice and wonderful comments. So he says, nicely done, Adrian. And when he says that, you know it's a good compliment.
Yeah.
And P40 also says the Aston Martin DB5 is about the same penny. So that's interesting then. So if you want to build that you've really got to get your teeth into, DB5 sounds good.
Mm.
And then he says one-eyed, one-horned flying purple Terminator. I'm sure there's a song there somewhere, isn't there? The one-eyed, one-horned flying purple Terminator. No, I'm not the best singer in the world.
Okay.
Right, let's say our goodbyes. Well, I always say, well, ladies should be always first, so.
Okay, so yeah, thank you for bringing this to the YouTube world, Adrian. It's really appreciated by me, and I suspect by hundreds of others. And yeah, I'd hope I might have a coincidental day off another time, but other than that, take care, guys.
Thank you. Who are you, Dave?
Well, thanks for having us on again, Adrian. And hope everybody enjoyed that build. And good night from me.
Thank you for your help. And finally, Mark.
Okay, yeah. So thanks for having me on, Adrian. Fantastic build tonight. I'm loving watching this Terminator get bigger and bigger. And yeah, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you for your help. Thank you everyone for coming and watching it tonight so far. And whoever watching in the future, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. You can always ring that bell for notification.
Bye.
Bye.